So actually what I plan on doing in Vegas is going out into the desert and shooting.
Really? What do you want to shoot in the desert?
Well, I can't really tell you that now, can I?
I guess not.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Wedding Portrait Photography International, or WPPI as it's more commonly known, is the world's largest and most popular photography conference, and the publisher of Rangefinder magazine. It has been a source of education for new and veteran photographers for decades. It is also a platform for new products and emerging market trends. But more importantly, WPPI has been a place of community for photographers and in more recent years, filmmakers too. As the 2019 show approaches, educational presenters and teachers work feverishly to prepare for the 4-day event in Las Vegas. For some, this will be the first time speaking at WPPI.
It is 1 week out from WPPI, and I'm about to go rush over to the studio to make sense of what gear I can and can't take. No, come on. What? Swipe again, swipe again. You know what? Ugh. Whatever. I never spoke before at the PPI formally. Never had like something people could sign up for, so I kind of want to make this one of the best shots I could give it, you know?
My name is Gary Hughes, and I'm a headshot and commercial portrait photographer from Orlando, Florida. Preparing for WPPI, there's a lot of anticipation. It's a big show. There's a lot of big names. I have no problem talking. I have no problem talking in front of people. It's coming up with a topic that's relevant, that connects with people, that's going to give them some hard take-homes that might actually help their business. You don't really know what that's going to be until you put it out there, and then they don't like it, or they do.
Hi, I'm ANESHA Collins. I am a wedding photographer and cinematographer that also specializes in video marketing. I'm a big organizer, big on prep, so I have templates that I use and kind of tweak around. And honestly, at the end of the day, sometimes I end up just speaking like this.
My name is Will Cadena. I'm a photographer based out of New York City. I barely have my presentation done, and I know after I get it done, even though I'm a week out, I would change it within a few hours before I get on stage, which is crazy. I really hope I'm not the only one that feels that way, because it feels that way.
Hi, I'm Anya Anti. I'm a foreign and conceptual photographer. I'm originally from Ukraine, but now I'm based in Brooklyn, New York. I'm always nervous before my talks. I'm afraid to get bad feedback from students, and so that in future it might affect my other talks or workshops and people might not want to come.
You always want to have eyes on you no matter what. There's always going to be some kind of judgment in some way or another. You know, how you look, how you dress, how you present, how you speak. It's hard. It's nervous-some.
Right before I get up to talk, I'm usually a mess because I'm just trying to get everything put together. Did I do everything? Did I put all the right information in there?
I'm pretty excited to be part of it because I feel like I get a chance to have my voice out there and get a little bit of recognition as far as my abilities, and it's also just a lot of fun to shoot live, you know, and make something happen in front of people. And I just want to see people leave my workshops amped, psyched, and just ready to shred and not have any doubts as far as their capabilities, what gear that they think they need, that they might not need, that they can just make something happen with what they have and just grow with it.
Preparing for WPPI, most of the time it's about the wardrobe and the shoes. You know, there's weight loss things that go into effect several months before, facials that happen, there's shopping. Preparing for WPPI is just preparing for the biggest family reunion of the year.
For photographers chosen to speak and present at WPPI, it's considered a high honor.
So how can we fix this?
One more shot real quickly like that.
One that is not taken lightly.
When I first found out that I was going to be speaking at WPPI, I was kind of like, whoa. I've always wanted to go to WPPI and not even to teach. So the fact that I'm kind of like fulfilling what's on a bucket list, and then I get to do something I really, really love, which is talk about video marketing, like I wish I could like spin around. Hey.
Last year was my first time speaking at WPPI. I was so nervous, I was almost shaking, so a friend of mine took me to a next door bar and I got a shot of whiskey, which helped me to relax. It really helped, but this time I'm more confident because it's going to be my second time, and I'm sure it's going to be much better.
I think probably the worst thing that could happen in my speech is me leaving my fly open. I tend to do that from time to time, and I just forget. And I gotta pull one of those sneakies, you know, you just kind of looking around and making sure everybody's looking while you pull it up. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but it's probably the worst thing that could happen.
As the expo draws closer, just 4 days away now, the presenters must tackle the task of being prepared to shoot and speak in front of a live audience, sometimes numbering in the hundreds.
You know, there's always going to be that pressure, you know, in front of your peers, your friends, you know, attendees, your sponsors. You need to like really have your A game.
And if things don't work, if the technology that's supporting your talk doesn't work, that's really stressful. That and probably, I'd say people walking out. I think I'd probably burst into tears right there on stage, curl up into a ball and suck my thumb. That's exactly what I would do.
I'm always a little bit insecure about my English because I'm from Ukraine. Who even wants to listen to a person whose language is not perfect? So, yeah.
I'm excited and a little bit nervous that this is the first time I've spoken in a Lumix stage. And so to have them trust me to speak on their stage just feels like there's more weight to that.
WPPI offers hundreds of classes, and the anxiety of getting things off smoothly is setting in. In addition to the numerous master and platform classes and photo walks, a new program is making its WPPI debut. It's called Rise and Shine. It will aim to give photographers a 5-year blueprint to starting and effectively operating their business. We asked several veteran and rookie photographers what they thought was their biggest challenge in running their photography venture.
I guess managing time, getting things done at a timely manner. I think everyone has that issue in some way or another. Making sure, hey, you know what? I'm done at 7 p.m. I'm gonna spend time with family. I'm gonna go see my mother. Maybe a little zen for myself.
Visioning for the future, putting it all together, you know, you spend so much time as a creative and as a business owner treading water, trying to pay the bills and be successful, that it sort of takes a lot of effort to step outside that and look at what you're going to do when you go down the road. So I'd say most of us just want to do what we love for a living, and making a living at it can be hard, for sure.
We also asked these photographers what they thought was missing from WPPI in recent years, and what could be done to improve the show overall.
What is missing from WPPI? More business content.
More people are missing. I think over the years with digital technology and where we are with online learning, people have gotten away a little bit from actually going to live workshops and conventions. But there's nothing like connecting with people in the industry. There's nothing like being at the trade show. Like, we should be 50,000 people at WPPI. If I had it my way, we'd be 50,000 people at WPPI.
I think it'd be nicer to have everything more closer in one, like just back in the day, like MGM, everything was in one spot. It was awesome.
Can we just shift WPPI to start an hour or two later? Just start it later.
All right, how's everybody doing? 8:30 in the morning, Las Vegas, never a good thing, especially after the cannon party, right then? I saw everybody like going like this. I was like, where are you guys going tomorrow? To your class. Like, dear Lord.
A huge part of attending WPPI is building and maintaining relationships, and the trade show floor is often used as a virtual launching point for new products and services. Longtime photographers Andy and Brian Marcus can attest to the show's power as a stepping off point for new ideas.
So we're bringing you into the old school archive, the negative room, about 50 years of filed negatives.
Oh my God.
Literally find anything from 25 years ago in about 3 minutes. You know,
marked, filed, etc. Eddie Murphy's wedding.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Valuable stuff.
Billy Baldwin's wedding.
Holy crap.
Yeah. Forrest Whitaker's wedding. I look at like prices on things that we charged, 20 years ago, and you go like, oh my God, it's crazy.
It was funny. We were speaking at the Nikon booth, and instead of everyone coming over and asking questions about the photography and the work and our businesses and us, they were just focused on what is this light that you guys are using. And at that point, we had rigged up a legitimate DeWalt drill handle to a Dito light and made it work wirelessly. And when we saw the line of people really just focusing on what is that light, what is that light. We knew we had something, so we went upstairs and we sort of like drew it out on a piece of paper, and Steve Tiffin and I sat down and made a deal, and we've been selling the GL1 hot light ever since. So that was definitely a good WPPI story.
It's been going on for, what?
7 years.
No, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's now 2 days out from the conference, and tensions are running high. For some of the presenters, time is running out, and getting gear to the show for live shooting is priority one.
Oh my God, this.
They won't let you take a full roll of seamless on the airplane, so we've decided to try to cut these in half. I think we can take them as the overhead.
I gotta shoot them now.
This is why you should just quit while you're ahead. Stick with just that little mirrorless camera. No, do a bunch of Instagram filters, and then to be famous. I have 5 Pro Photo A1s, tons of grip, articulating arms, soft boxes, umbrellas, everything I could possibly need.
I found out last night about midnight-ish that not all the gear that was being shipped was shipped. I'm actually meeting Cliff from Profoto down here at the mall so he can hand me over a few pieces of equipment so I can make everything work.
Finally, after months of preparation and planning, presentation building and personal shaping, it's time for WPPI 2019.
The culture at WPPI is cool because it's almost like family. You get to come here and meet people, network, and not only that, but you also get to go to the conferences and learn something.
My first year, 2017, there was, I would say, at least 40 Facebook friends that I had met in person for the first time. It was just so overwhelming.
Culture at WPPI, to me, shows that people are out there, they're doing it, they're achieving what I hope to achieve and what I want to achieve.
The networking is fantastic, it is very important, but the education is one of those things that you leave here with knowledge to improve your business, improve your brand.
I love the culture of WPPI because it has created this family, and every year I get to hang out with my family in Las Vegas, which is my home.
I really like the model for people to build up their portfolio. I find that cool.
I'm a little bit of an introvert. I'm not feeling overwhelmed. I'm not feeling like, a whole bunch of people are just caving in on me. If you're not coming out, you definitely need to come out to this particular show.
I think it's worth a shot if you're ready to take your business to the next level and learn some new stuff, meet some cool people, and check out all the new gear. It's definitely the place to be in terms of wedding photography.
It's like one of these places where you can come, meet people, because photography can be very lonely. And of course there's online, but you can't get this.
It's game time for educators, and a high watermark has been set by years of previous shows. Photography legends intermix with newcomers who have to step up or face not being asked to return as a presenter.
I feel prepared because we really have community and we're about changing and impacting lives with stuff that really works for your business to help you evolve and stay in business. If only one person gets something from it, job is done. So I'm looking at it.
Last year I was speaking on the floor, and this time I'm standing on a big platform that's lifted up like 4 feet. So that's a pretty good fall.
Am I ready for the walk? Hell yes, I'm ready for the walk. I got all my gear, 16 stands, 47 strobes, 15 remotes, 4 cameras, and 18 participants.
So far, the expo is running smoothly, and attendance is on track to meet last year's numbers. But the WPPI experience is a long and tiring one. Classes are held all day long, sometimes stretching into the evening. Networking parties at clubs and hotel rooms fill the nights. The conference is rewarding and challenging for attendees, and even more exhausting for speakers.
I feel very tired. I'm ready to put my big boy pants on and give people my best.
Honestly, being late, as I am late right now, but we're gonna make it work.
The one thing I'm really afraid of is the gear failing on me when I only have 90 minutes with these people. So I really want to have like a good time and just have nothing as speed bumps. They don't have the adapters for the lights I'm using. I'm down to 1 light. Oh man, this is gonna be rough. $1,000 light that's gonna be handicapped. Awesome.
It's not only presenters who stand to gain from appearing at WPPI. For exhibitors and product manufacturers on the trade show floor, it's a unique chance to engage in the culture. an essential element in today's marketing world.
You know, it's all about the interconnectivity of people and people. It's about getting to know what your wants and desires are, what your stumbling blocks in business are, how we have solutions for some of those stumbling blocks.
90% of the great ideas in bags come from people who shoot looking to solve a problem. So they come and tell us our problem, and we try and solve it with bags.
You can talk to people on the phone or you can chat with people online, but that's no substitute for face-to-face interaction. I think WPPI is in a transitionary period this year, and I'm really looking forward to see what happens in the years to come.
I think one of the funnest stories is just last night. We rented a suite at the Luxor, and we were expecting like 70 people, and there ended up being a little over 300 people in there. We got shut down. The GM came in, threatened to ban us from the hotel, so we had to just like shut it down and go home.
Good to see new people coming in. It's great to see the show growing, to see some changes happening.
With the 2019 show in full swing, Sweet Relief is on tap for educators who are finishing their talks.
I feel relieved. It's over. I didn't panic. I didn't run out of the conference room. Now I feel good. Now I can finally relax.
I can see who was like, oh my, I'm gonna try this. And that's really what's making the people on the panel successful, is that they sat there and said, you know what, I like doing marketing this way, but I'm gonna put my twist on it. I'm gonna put my spin on it.
Did it go to plan about executing what I wanted to share? Yes. Was there little mistakes here and there? Absolutely, but just like in life, nothing's perfect. So I'm happy I executed it, and I'm happy that the students learned something.
People laughed a lot, so that was good. If they're smiling and nodding instead of sleeping, then you know you did a good job.
WPPI 2020 is right around the corner. If you would like to be a part of this legendary photography conference, it is not too late to register. Classes and photo walks do fill up fast, so act now and join in on the fun, excitement, and educational excellence that is WPPI.